Hi, my name is Brent Satoris with Search Engine Journal. I'm here today with Rebecca Lehmann from Brad's Deals. You're the content marketing manager there. And you have a really interesting space, one that I'm kind of curious about, and so I'm kind of excited about this interview. You deal a lot with deals.
Mhm.
No pun intended. And I think that in general, a lot of companies, even if they're not like in the deal space, have at some point thought about maybe we should do some kind of deal, or maybe we should do some kind of, even kind of branching into some sort of discount. And I wanted to pick your brain a little bit about, what do you guys do to have success when you're dealing with a type of content, and how do you approach a type of content like deals? Obviously, it's something that's kind of quick. It
Right.
needs to get out fast. How do you approach a content strategy on something like that?
Well, first of all, a deal has to be something that people actually want, or we won't actually publish it. We're always looking for the lowest price available on any given deal, and that has to be online, of course. So if it's not the lowest price, we won't publish it. If it's not something that our audience doesn't want, we won't publish it. And we do negotiate that with various merchants.
Oh, so you can actually see that there's a deal and you'll go try to negotiate to get a lower price, or?
Sometimes that's a deal that is being offered only to our readers, so we have an exclusive on it. Other times we're going out to thousands of retailers and looking for the lowest deal ourselves.
Is that something that an average person can do if they have a certain niche and they wanted to reach out? Is that something that's a discussion they could actually reach out to a merchant and kind of negotiate, or is that something that you guys have kind of built because of your brand?
It is something that we've built because of our brand. We've worked on affiliate relationships with a number of retailers and have specific people we talk to there who negotiate on our behalf, and go-betweens and account managers.
So you actually used to do more with the content creation within there, but now you're
Yes.
working on content marketing a lot more, right?
I'm doing a lot of both right now. So I work partly on the coupon side of things, partly on the blog side of things. I don't actually work with the deals directly myself because that's less of an SEO play and more of a social and newsletter play.
So it's one thing to go out and get the deals. How do you
Right.
talk about deals? I mean, like when we think about creating content, it's like, okay, well, I'm going to go and say like the 7 best deals, but then that's gone tomorrow. So
Right.
how do you create content to really exist when your material is so time sensitive?
Well, our deals really are pretty short-lived. They might be live for 3 hours before they're gone. Our strategy for dealing with that is really just to keep it very objective and to the point. We're not using a lot of subjective language like this is an awesome deal or exclamation points unless they're really, really warranted. But then we're working very fast to push it out to our social audience. Sometimes if it's a really special deal, we can put it on Facebook ads and push things
Sure.
out that way as well.
Have you found that there's any specific language that works or doesn't work? Like you said that we don't say that it's like an awesome deal. Why do
Right.
you not say it's an awesome deal? Have you learned that kind of thing doesn't necessarily work? Or?
Most of the time the deal will speak for itself, but we really want our audience to trust us. And if we're constantly pushing a hard sale, we find that really turns them off, especially on the blog side of things. If we're talking about the 10 best deals for Labor Day or whatever's coming up, that gets no traction at all with our site. No social shares, nobody buys through it. It's just crickets. If we're talking about here's all the different ways you can save on Labor Day, and here's a list of freebies, or just talking about it more generally and more frugal advice on the blog side of things, then we get a lot more traction that way.
Interesting, it makes sense. So there's a lot of different channels out there. So when you're looking at your experience with Facebook, Twitter, all these different opportunities, which one are you seeing the most success for your company?
Honestly, Facebook is a lot.
Facebook, really?
Yeah. We're not really Pinterest friendly because the deal will
Doesn't
expire
last, yeah.
and the coupons really aren't all that pretty to pin. We don't really have much of a following on Twitter. I don't have a lot of insight into that, honestly. But Facebook has been an amazing channel for us.
And have you thought about doing anything with stuff like Snapchat? A big thing with Snapchat is kind of like around these kind of
Right.
discounts and around these deals.
I think we've explored it a little. The difficulty there is embedding a link. So if we do a Snapchat or even with Instagram, this has been a problem where we can say, oh yeah, we have a great deal, but we don't have a way to actually link people to it.
Got you. And since you're dealing with a lot of affiliate deals, it kind of eliminates
Right.
the connection that you need to have there. If anybody wanted to follow you, find out more information, contact you, what's a good way that somebody can find you or follow you online?
Well, the easiest way to follow us online is Brad's Deals at Facebook, and we're just Brad's Deals on Facebook there. Brad's Deals, one word. Or you can subscribe to our newsletter at bradsdeals.com, and we have a daily newsletter that goes out with the best deals of the day.
Awesome. Rebecca, it's a pleasure talking to you, and thank you for sharing with me.
All right, thank you.
Cheers. You have the lessons that you kind of learned from stepping away from the newsroom and really getting a chance to experience social media kind of in the wild, and then coming back into it. What do you feel like really applies to your role at Daily Dot today?
What's really kind of interesting is that in the interim, sort of everybody else discovered suddenly that there are publishers now. And so even in being outside the newsroom.
IO announcements, there we also announced that for recipes it's now available. So basically it's news and recipes, but you can expect that it is going to come to other verticals as well.
Awesome. Another thing that right now is kind of a curious question on how does AMP actually work with the